Louis back again. What's up, people?
Yes, it is.
From two filthmongers
Yes.
to a third. Yeah, the Three Musketeers.
Oh, man. Anyway, that means that our next topic is about Kevin Spacey.
What is going on with him now?
He is now standing trial for sexual misconduct.
Right.
Denies groping Anthony Rapp. And claims, I know you've got a lot to say about this, claims his dad was a neo-Nazi.
Who's dad?
And a white supremacist, Kevin Spacey. That's why he never came out as gay. Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Ashley here is going to debunk that. So, yeah. Anyway, this comes to us via Deadline, and it says, over a week after Kevin Spacey's trial for sexual misconduct started in a New York courtroom, the Oscar winner took the stand this morning in his own defense. Having succeeded in having the intentional infliction of emotional distress claim stripped from Anthony Rapp's $40 million case earlier Monday, a confident-sounding Spacey began his testimony denying that he groped or was in any way inappropriate with the Star Trek Discovery actor back in 1986 when Rapp was 14 years old and the former House of Cards star was in his mid-20s. Spacey also refuted similar allegations from the Reagan era from former New York public film coordinator Andre Holtzman. In what is a clear tactic to rewrite the narrative, the much-accused 63-year-old Spacey began his stint on the stand in Judge Lewis Kaplan's federal courtroom by going heavily autobiographical. My father was a white supremacist and neo-Nazi, Spacey told the court, detailing the hours and hours he and his sibling would be subjected to the racist, violent and right-wing beliefs of their parent. I have never talked about these things publicly, ever, the actor added in what is now essentially a battery civil case. My father used to yell at me about the idea I might be gay, the now openly out Spacey also said. He would scream at me, don't be a... He would use the F word that was very derogatory to the gay community. In many ways, with a distraction that failed, Spacey first made public his sexual orientation, in part in response to Rapp's accusations in October 2017. The court is on a lunch break. Also, this was actually...
ongoing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll leave it there. Filthmonger. I believe Anthony Rapp.
Why do you believe?
Because and Damien will back me up on this, and I know you're the same as me, but I had no idea what Kevin Spacey was one of my favorite actors, right?
Definitely.
Acting done.
Brilliant. And
when this stuff first came out, everyone, including Damien, was like, this is an open secret in acting. The amount, I was shocked. I didn't know anything. And then all of a sudden, hear that this was an open secret. I was like, what?
Yeah, the floodgates.
Yeah, I was, and even Damien knew about it. And I know he doesn't engage in gossip. So how the hell did he know about it? You know, but yeah, so many actors who I know who are not into gossip was telling me this is an open secret. So they knew.
Oh.
So this is why I feel this is true. Obviously, I don't know 100%, but I kind of feel like if this is how actors who I trust are telling me this is what this guy's like, or we've heard this is what this guy's like, there's got to be some truth to it, man. So, yeah, I mean, listen, let's see what our trial... It's not a criminal trial, it's a civil case, so...
Anthony wants his dough. Anthony goes, I want my money.
As Leo likes to say, money have to run.
That's it, money have to make.
Yeah, man. So listen, let's see how this plays out, but I believe him. Damien.
You know what? Just to preface this, the same way that Larry's mentioned this and Leon as well, I loved Kevin Spacey for years. Yeah. Like, he... as an actor, could do nothing wrong. Whatever performance he's done as an actor. As an actor, mobile. Oh. Not in terms of this shenanigans.
I just don't know.
For the longest of times, Just to put this out there, as an actor, his performances.
I'm just checking.
Because
that's clear.
Larry goes, he was
So
one of my
yeah.
favourite, but
So-
Damien comes out with, I loved him.
I used to love Liam, but I don't anymore. Anyway, yeah.
Kinda
So,
love.
nah, well, you know, baby. No, but like, I was a huge like my dad's been a big fan of Spacey for years. He would never hear Paul always say like there are certain actors
Now
that
you're
I grew
dragging
up
your
with.
dad into it.
Shut up. There are
Stop.
certain actors, right, that when you're growing up, you wouldn't hear a bad word said against him. Like Denzel, I can't hear a bad word said
Yeah,
against him.
I know.
Morgan
You said
Freeman
your
can't
dad.
hear that.
Your dad
And for my
loves
dad, is like
Denzel.
Denzel was one, Anthony Hopkins is one, and Spacey's the other one. And when
Those are
I
some good
first
actors,
mentioned
man.
when I first mentioned Spacey to my dad didn't want to believe it. I said to him, Dad, I went, and I heard this back in 2004. 2004. I heard it back again in 2007. So we're talking over 15 years ago. This was brought to my attention. And this is what brought to my attention from people like you said, I don't engage in gossip. I don't like gossip at all, which is why some articles I don't like to speak on. But there's too much, as Liam will say, smoke without fire on this one.
Yeah.
He's had 15 allegations brought against him in 2017. One of them was Richard Dreyfuss's son. I don't care everyone says Richard Dreyfuss is a legend.
Yeah.
If his son is bringing allegations against him,
It's not
you
for
don't-
the
you
money.
don't tell me Dreyfuss
It
is
definitely ain't for the
like,
money.
you don't tell me Dreyfuss is like, son, what you doing? This is my career as well. Don't be putting me into this.
Yeah.
You know, there was more than enough accounts before it was all brought into the limelight of what he was doing at the old Vic. I mean, I was told stories about how he would get boys drunk on purpose and just sit there in a corner and watch.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I've heard
and
as well.
and take them back to the room afterwards. So, and again, I'm getting this second hand. So I hold my hand up. I have never
But
experienced
we're
it.
getting it from people we trust.
Yeah, and it's not just one or two.
Yeah.
You know, and with
Well,
this,
I've got it from one. You're one of the people,
Yeah.
so you know what I mean.
So,
But-
and it's not just a few hearsay here and there. It's been something that's been prolifically mentioned for a long time. It's been a
Yeah.
closed secret.
Yeah.
And we mentioned before about how Hollywood is able to keep things closed because of the detriment it can have on Hollywood and the detriment it can have on productions. The fact that House of Cards were like, no, and the amount of money that was making, the amount of that was Netflix's biggest
biggest
show
That
at
was
the
the
time.
cash cow.
That was the cash cow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And you notice that for Netflix to go, no, we're done with a name like Spacey, knowing the repercussions they could get if they were wrong. And we speak about this all the time. If they make such a big statement or such a big decision, you must know the gamble you're taking before you make it.
Yeah.
So they knew enough to go, no, we're cutting this.
Because they could sue. If they get it wrong, someone like Spacey could sue the pants off them.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean?
Because remember this also, if you bring a company into disrepute, like if you tarnish their name.
But that's if he's done something.
But
What I'm
even,
saying- What? Because I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But if he's done nothing.
Yeah.
And it's been proven he's done nothing, or he went to court and he got a.
Then come back.
Then do you know
Then
what I
I'll be
mean?
like, come back.
Yeah.
Right now, until this is settled,
Yeah.
we can't, come on.
Yeah, sometimes I don't agree with that. Sometimes because there's people whose lives are being ruined, like because of false allegations.
Yeah.
So
They left it long enough though.
Oh yeah.
You know, one of those.
No, but
it wasn't just like one random woman come out the woodwork and they said.
But what Damien was saying was because of the rumors, and not even rumors, the open secret of him doing stuff like this for years. When it was time for when this came out, that there was that I think that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, they shut it down.
Yeah, they just shut it down. We've had enough.
I'm sure they knew.
Yeah, they knew. They knew.
If Damien knows,
it's like that.
Netflix knew.
Yeah, it's like that. We didn't know about Harvey Weinstein. Oh yeah, of course you did.
Well, we all know now that was a very open secret in
So
Hollywood.
that's all I'm saying.
You know
If
what I mean?
Damien knows,
But just to put him out, if I
Netflix
was at the
knows.
old Vic and I saw, I'm punching him in the face. I don't care if I love
bro.
Spacey or not. If I see it, I'm hitting him.
I would have done.
Done.
I would have done the Dave Chappelle, and what I mean by that is, you know, the guy that attacked him. You see how he got broke up by everyone backstage. That's what would happen to Spacey.
Yeah.
Ben up.
So, and this is the thing, like, to go back on the excuse, I say excuse is using, but
Yeah,
when it
so
first
tell-
got mentioned,
Yeah.
when it first got mentioned about the accusations back in 2016, he used that as a point to go, I've not been able to come out as gay, and now I have to let the world know I'm gay, and and at the time, I've got some things I need to work out and work through. Now it's, well, we've gone to court, you understand, I was abused as a child. It's like your Wikipedia page before that had you referring to your father as, like, a nice,
great man.
a white middle class good father, and now all of a sudden that data manager is a what? Now I'm not saying you're wrong. You might be completely right, and it might not be a lie, but it's just the coincidence of it. Before it was, I'm going to release the story that I'm gay at the time where I need to kind of get people on my side,
Yeah.
around a certain movement, and now it's I was abused,
Yeah.
and I can't help it. To me, it just rings of like, let me play the drama coin to see what I can get out of this. And how far
that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I can't really grumble at that. Leon, what you got to say?
Echoing Damien, I'm tired of people bringing this card out right at the end.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
So the minute you see he said, I'm coming out as gay now. Why are you coming out as gay? Because my dad, blah, 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 blah. No, but what I'm saying is, at least drop it then. Why are you coming out so late? Why didn't you come out before? What frightened you? Oh, well, my dad bullied me and da-da-da-da-da. And you're bringing it right now. Years later. Years later, this happened to me. Listen, we all got sub stories. I don't want to hear it.
Listen, there's no sub story that will be an excuse for you to diddle.
You're privileged.
A kid.
No. Do you know what I mean? You could got a 25-year-old that looks like he's 15. You're Kevin Spacey. You know what I'm saying? You're Kevin Spacey.
If that's your fetish, like...
If that's your thing, they're legal, but they look young. Do whatever you're doing. You do what you do behind closed doors. Yeah. But when you're like grooming and... Kids and groping and grape and all them kind of things, you deserve everything you get.
Yeah.
So now you're living in a hole in a cave and, you know... You've just tarnished your whole career. As a great actor that Damien was in love with. And now he's not in love with you anymore because of what you did.
And it's funny because I was watching on the other day, Horrible Bosses 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And he's so good in that, man.
Yeah.
He's so good in that.
I did, you know.
Yeah. You're still loving him at that point.
Oh, man. And just watching that, I felt a bit dirty because I'm enjoying it, but at the same time I've got this filthmonger in there.
Yeah.
All up in there. Especially the first one.
There you go.
Guys, what do you think about all this? Do you think this civil case is going to go his way or Anthony Rapp's way? Leave your thoughts down below, please.
And did you love him like Damien?